Wait, is Jedi here? Actually, Jedi might be here too. He was gonna co-cast with me. Let me check if he's in the channel waiting for me. Did you get in the game? I wasn't paying attention. There's like 10,000 things going on.
Hello?
Hello? Okay, top right, we got our red undead player, Eugene.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
And bottom left, we got our purple orc lucker. Let me do a couple things real quick. Are you in the game, by the way, or?
Yeah, I'm in here.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you got in the game or if you're just... I take over for a couple of minutes. I need to switch stuff.
Yeah, sure. So in the bottom left, we have our purple orc here, Lucker, also known as the Mexican Hitman. You know, these days, a lot of orc players are choosing either between Blade Master and Farseer, but as most of you know, Lucker is a die-hard Blade Master fan. So I think we can expect to see the Blade, and there he is. Top right, we have Eugene. Some of you guys might recognize him from his stream. He's usually on most nights, maybe like, I don't know, like 6 p.m. till late night. What is he doing here? Looks like he's doing Crypt Fiends. He used to do Crypt Lord maybe about a month ago, but I think recently he's been practicing a lot of Death Knight, in which he's had a lot more success against me, especially in clan practice games. And there it is, Death Knight Fiend. Pretty standard. Lucker's definitely going to go with the Hitman style. But yeah, hoping for an exciting game. We got the Blade Master coming out here, going to take out that level 3 Ogre. I believe Lucker just takes the item and immediately goes for the harass. He does have the peon scouting Eugene here. Fiend popping out, going to poke at that green camp over here, or I'm sorry, the orange camp.
Wow, look at the disrespect.
What's that?
Look at the disrespect from this peon, dude. Just slapping that Necropolis, no big deal. Giving some slaps to
the take out the whole orange camp.
Okay, so that's actually interesting. I think Lucker normally just goes for the item, but maybe it's situational based on race.
Yeah, that's what I've remembered. But you know what? Sometimes just depends on the day if you're feeling like finishing it or not.
And yeah, it is good to know. I think you already mentioned it, but like Eugene actually playing Death Knight now because he's been practicing a lot more lately, even though he normally has been a Crypt Lord main. So it could be quite interesting to see how he plays with the new style now. I think he's preparing for the upcoming patch that will nerf Crypt Lord a bit.
Yeah, I'm sure seeing those patch notes definitely made him think twice about continuing to just hammer in on that Crypt Lord, you know. I think it's much better for his game to be able to do both styles, you know.
So far, pretty passive, both just getting their creeps, but now we see Lucker going to do some damage here. I think he will just hit the Fiend, but maybe he'll go for the creep still.
Yeah,
it's not bad, but the Death Knight is already level 2. I thought he might actually want to get Eugene to expend more mana right away, because I don't know if he's noticed, but Eugene only has 100 mana, so if he has to coil that Fiend, suddenly it's actually pretty awkward for him to keep future Fiends alive.
Very true, and you know, he was over here sneakily taking out that crab. I did not catch what it was that he picked up right there.
I didn't see which tome, but
does manage to get the steal. He might. Okay, so Gene does not have a Dust of Appearance, so he'll most likely be safe.
Yeah. He does still have quite a bit of mana left too, which is huge. And of course, salves on hand, which will help a lot. Maybe he'll actually get his salve to fully heal this time.
Right, and Lucker actually just finished tier 2 and immediately goes for the tier 3. Shadowhunter is also building right now, along with Brute Strength queued up. probably see a War Mail Bestiary Burrow once he has enough resources.
Yeah. Okay, it's kind of interesting going straight tier 3. Do you normally, when you play Blade Master Grunts, do you normally go tier 3 right away as well, or is that more of a headhunter thing?
Yeah, typically if you just go standard Blade, once you hit tier 2, you immediately go to tier 3 and start that Shadow Hunter. And just like Lucker's doing, you get Brute Strength, and then start up the War Mill Bestiary, and then the third Burrow if you haven't already built it, which so sometimes some people do already have it built up.
Yeah, it looks like my overlay is actually working for booster. First time trying it. And, you know,
Yeah, I also have it on.
little advantage for our viewers here. Now we do see level 3 versus level 3 here. Fiend getting a bit weak, but with the higher level coil, should be fine now. And Lucker's actually still holding on to his sentry wards. Not sure how much longer he wants to hold on to them, because it's kind of getting near to the point where they could have a lot of value if he starts getting some raiders and ensnare out to pick off either reinforcements or creep check.
Definitely, and this is a great opportunity for him to take this XP as well as the item.
We do see a dust here, but he doesn't actually use the dust, just the coil, and that's actually enough.
And in the meantime, we got the Shadow Hunter bottom right corner, finishing up those gnolls down there, gonna get level 2.
Cloak of Shadows, not ideal.
Definitely not.
I think that was just from the small turtles, but maybe he'll get something better here off the actual gnoll. His Blade Master is sitting decent though. He definitely liked to have the one circlet and the claws. I believe he actually probably purchased that circlet though. Not positive.
Yeah, I'm not positive either, but he did finish tier 3. TC's almost halfway out here. He does have a Kodo already out. So as far as timing on this Hitman style, you know, he's hitting it pretty well.
And he's actually got quite a few creep jacks already. Like, I mean, they haven't been the big creep jacks, you know. He didn't get the big level 7 ogre snipe or anything like that. But these little creep jacks here and there are really hindering Eugene's XP gain a tiny bit, because otherwise he could have been probably another 100 XP on the Death Knight, almost level 4 by now, and even another little bit on the Lich. Every little bit counts.
And you know, with that harass, he was able to safely get the Shadow Hunter up to 2.5, 2.6. So that was nice to also keep keeping tabs of the undead, while safely creeping up that Shadow Hunter.
We do actually see him bringing the blade to his main army now.
Exactly,
maybe,
I was gonna say.
Yeah, maybe just wanted to pick up the orb and get a salve off. It looks like he's going to creep with the blade here too.
Yeah,
definitely would be good to get the TC and Shadow Hunter more XP, but...
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree. I'm sure he just figures that level 3 will be good enough on the Shadow Hunter. And then hopefully he can get that TC to catch up. He's able to pick a fight somewhere sometime soon.
Yeah, he should be able to get TC2 and Shadow Hunter is 3, both of which are also pretty strong, because you definitely want to at least get one level of aura. And definitely. The Undead, on the other hand, got a Vamp aura, which is definitely what you do not want to see almost ever as Undead. Very, very fringe scenarios where you do. But yeah, see him quickly sell it.
Does manage to get level 3 on his Lich. He has a greater potion of invuln. Oh, there's two pots there. So that'll be pretty nice. Especially if he finds his heroes in a weird spot getting sniped.
Eugene's actually reached good level markers, level 4, 3, and then picked up his third hero now. He got his orb as well. Kind of a risky play where he brought his Death Knight all the way back to his base when his Lich was at the the orc's shop, but yeah, maybe he had confirmation of where the orc was. I didn't see if he saw with a skeleton or something. But yeah, now we see him just kind of poking a bit.
Right. 56 food. You know, this could be a pretty decent timing here if he can manage to micro his units well, get a good silence.
This actually is pretty awkward for Lucker because he did not make another burrow yet. He has 800 gold, but he's supply blocked 49 out of 51.
Yeah. Oh, he almost gets that statue, but morphed and coiled.
You do see Fiend dropping low, nice frost armor, and backs it off. Looks like Eugene's mostly going for units right now, as opposed to heroes. And he does have a rod, which will actually help a lot. You definitely want that extra skeleton support, and there's only one Spirit Walker there, and it does not even have mana to dispel. So over time, Eugene's army is going to be quite scary with 2 more charges of the rod and continued frost armor here. The heroes, however, Hex coming out, almost gets the Lich. Heroes here dropping a bit weak on both sides, and Lucker's heroes will need to carry him here. The Orb plus Double Claw Blade is definitely extremely strong. And now with him losing some supply, he can definitely start affording stuff again. He so far has not really started producing. He can definitely produce from all 3 production buildings right now if he finds the time to click on them. Lich about to go down. Coil comes out to save it. Purge though, and there is no more coils. He does pass the TP, and Eugene just feels comfortable to back out here. And looking at the supply counts, Lucker is in an awful spot after that.
Yeah, definitely. It's unfortunate that he forgot to macro. He went all the way down to like 26 food, had about 1,200 gold bang. And now you see all these units queued up in buildings, and oh man, all Gene has to do is heal up and, I don't know, come right back. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the play for Eugene, especially because the creep camps are basically gone, besides 2 small greens. And Eugene is also above 50 food, so you kind of want to make use of your army at that point. For Lucker, yeah, it came down a lot to not having that extra burrow before the fight to produce, and then during the fight he also didn't find the time to start up all of his units. So that's where, like you were saying, he had like 26 food but still had like 1,200 gold just unspent. This Kodo, run away!
Oh no. I think he's done for.
The one hope that I think Lucker has here though is Eugene's mana is actually quite low, especially after spending 2 spells on that Kodo. He really needs to get these statues to start feeding him more mana rather than attacking.
And Lucker's already in place there, already getting that initial crit on that statue, already down less than half health. Raider getting focused, and that's going down. Now we have the Spirit Walker dispelling. Gene did manage to save that statue. Down over here with about 70 health in the corner. Healing wave going off. Lucker's focusing down these fiends, but Gene is doing a good job burrowing that right there. Shadowhunter just got nuked. Huge loss for Lucker right there. Another fiend actually not saved. TC getting focused. He does not have anything to save him, but Gene doesn't have any mana, so I think he's going to be alright. It's looking pretty favorable for Gene. Obviously, with the Shadowhunter gone, TC low. And Gene does have a statue here, so the sustain will keep him going strong. I don't see how Lucker's going to get out of this. I think this is pretty much game over.
Yeah, it's definitely not a great situation for him. And we do see Eugene starting to chase him down now. The TC is quite tanky, but there is almost a Nova and a coil ready. I mean, there is a coil, but there's almost a Nova as well. And that could spell the end for TC. Yeah, he's even preemptively throwing the coil, which actually is just enough by itself.
Down goes the TC.
Yeah, this
So
is
37 to 58 food,
Players'
both
forces
heroes
are
down,
under
and
attack.
GG's called.
ooh. I think Lucker did a lot of good things in the early and mid game, but Eugene just hit a really good timing where Lucker was not prepared for it. He just hadn't broke yet himself. Uh, he didn't have an extra burrow to produce over 50. So
Right, and that's the thing about that build. You know, up until that point, he was doing everything fairly well, and just the little timing on the burrow not having it ready really put him behind, and he wasn't able to catch back up.
yeah, nice game. Both players I think played pretty well overall. Lucker did get a lot of small pickoffs that helped, but Eugene, on the other hand, also got his creeping done and secured the big creeps from the camps, either through coils or dust, making sure he gets the level 7 ogre in the center. I can't even remember what item he got from the ogre in the center.
Oh man, I don't remember. I remember the belt.
I don't remember either. Is it an R? No, I don't know. I never even checked it. I'm sure people in the chat probably saw it on the overlay. But and here we go, game 2, and it's going to be Amazonia. I feel like they're probably, I don't know. What do you think about this map? Because I feel like Undead would be scared on here, usually in small quarters against Orc. But
Yeah, I would agree. Actually, more recently, I've been encountering a lot of like immediate DK harass. Since I don't know, I guess in the past, the potential of them being harassed and not being able to creep is pretty large. So they just do away with that and just come over themselves. And I mean, it does pretty well. I don't know if Gene does that style. I'm assuming he's just gonna go and try and take out the one of the wizard with the
yeah,
green over here.
looks like it's going to just be a ghoul opener. We see the altar and crypt at like the same time. And yeah, this is Lucker's loser map, so it is one he favored as opposed to Eugene favoring. And we shall see. I assume it'll probably be a blade here, because I think Lucker is pretty much always blade, unless probably against human, where you play Farseer.
Yeah, most likely. And I've played Lucker on this map quite a few times, and I'm sure the creep route, he's done it against Undead as well. I'm sure he'll do the standard lightning shield creep on the wizard, get level 2, and then at some point he's going to take one of those mercenary camps with a blade and 2 grunts, or a blade, 2 grunts, and a shadow hunter at some point. He loves to do that creep route, and if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the merc camps are definitely quite huge. I know both sides can actually take them if the Undead is playing a ghoul into fiend type of build, which so far is what it looks like, because there is no graveyard to be seen yet. 4th ghoul coming out. So we might see Eugene go for the close camps, like the lightning shield and the lab, and then like the small green. And then after that, he might just go directly to the merc camp and start sniping some of those potential aura items.
Lucker's having a little bit of trouble getting that lightning shield to go off.
Yeah.
And he says screw it and just goes straight for the wizard, which I think is the right play.
Yeah, definitely don't want to waste too much time just not doing anything. Especially because you can always just creep it, get salves off, and it's fun.
On the other side, though, Gene does manage to pull off his lightning shield creep, so it's going to help him out with the speed of getting level 2.
Yeah, and we do see him. He should be teching on the next set of wood he returns. And I believe he will go for mercenary camp items, but it could be he just goes for like the trolls and just tries to level instead. It'll be interesting to see where the Undead decides to go. Okay, Okay, he is. It looks like he's actually just going to go for the trolls rather than the high priority item.
There you go. Yeah.
It's definitely safer, and you get more XP out of creeping all 3 trolls rather than just sniping the item on the wizard and leaving. So, not bad. But now he has like a full inventory until his rod runs out. Lucker also going for the trolls. Items are interesting.
Grunt trouble over here over by Gene's army with that aura. He could definitely pick that off. I think he's gonna get it. There he goes.
Get it. Might be able to kill that skeleton. He needs to watch out.
Oh, no.
He
lost it.
He tried to
blade. Calculated.
Actually dropping low as well. Yeah, that skeleton. I saw Eugene trying to like move his Death Knight multiple times.
Yeah.
But I think he just didn't select the skeleton as well, and the DK just kind of like pump faked a couple times to the side. Yeah, this blade just salving up, should be fine in a while. Does need to watch out for getting this grunt surrounded too. And it's actually getting quite close, especially with that aura.
Oh boy.
Oh, skeleton's running out though.
Oh
no. But we might see a windwalk breakout here. Oh. Okay, he does break out, but now he has to expend another windwalk, which is actually quite rough for the blade.
Nice.
And if he takes too long. Ooh, very close there. That was a nice dust usage, getting extra damage in. He won't kill the blade, but he can cancel these salves.
Oh man.
Yeah, potion coming out. And with some burrows loaded up, these ghouls will die quite fast, so you need to either get out right away as Eugene or get your damage in quickly on either some surrounds on grunts or whatever. Yeah, he does decide to just disengage.
It's unfortunate he had 2 surrounds on those grunts and wasn't able to kill either of them.
Eugene should be teching in a second as well, I believe. Does set up the slaughterhouse first, however, and makes a fiend, so now his resources actually dropped quite a lot. He'll have to wait a while again before he gets enough wood. This could be a nice creep check. Oh, he just goes for the damage. The DK! Okay, he should be fine, but he might not get the XP here. I think he was still in Hex when he killed the Kobold, so no XP, right?
Yeah, no XP for him. He definitely did not gain any experience there.
So, honestly, a nice play from Lucker. He essentially denied the level 5 Kobold XP, and he forced a TP, which is huge. Eugene does get his ghouls back on wood now, and he actually needs that because he had only 1 ghoul on wood when he went to creep that camp, and that's delaying his tech actually quite a bit. He still needs another 13 wood to hit Citadel.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, because I'm not too familiar with Undead's economy, so I was wondering why he was still tier 2. I figured he'd be halfway to tier 3 by now.
Yeah, I thought he was going to tech right away, but then he produced Lich, Fiend, and Slaughterhouse, which cut his wood a lot. And he pulled ghouls. And we do see another focus here on the Death Knight. He does have a potion, so he should be fine, but forcing a potion is also pretty huge. Okay, dust coming out just to scare the blade away pretty much. And Shadow Hunter getting some creeping done in the meantime, already over level 2. Will be interesting to see if either the players go for the Merc camp soon, or if they try for the big consumables from the golems instead. Looks like Eugene is going to go for the big consumable. I actually think more people should try pulling these golem camps, because it's actually like the positioning for the pull is a little close, but it helps so much to deny double ensnare, double slow, and this rock throw.
So what's the priority, like, in, say, if you're creeping that, would you take out the golems first, or the 6? How do you?
Like if you
do
just keep creeping it straight on, and I think for both, whether you're pulling it or creeping it straight on, I think you usually take out the slow golems and then you take out the big level 6 after, because the little mud golems are pretty weak, die pretty quickly to everything. And then of course you want to get the item next. The trappers are a little less priority.
Good to know.
Yeah, we do see the Lich reaching 2 here now. Frost Armor and Nova available now, but the Shadowhunter is already level 3, which is huge for our Orc player. And if he can manage to give solo XP to the TC here, he could be 3-3-2 after this camp. It doesn't look like he really has enough to solo creep this with just the TC though, so he is leaving his Blade and Shadowhunter here to support. We see Eugene also taking a Merc camp now, and he got a Sobi mask, which is actually pretty good. And alongside it, he has a greater mana potion from the previous camp, also pretty good.
Like he's getting a Crypt Lord for game 2 here.
Oh, Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord's pretty fun to play third. I actually really like having the Impale. Yeah, we do see Greater Healing and Robe of the Magi on the Shadowhunter right now. That's a scary Shadowhunter with 465 max mana. And just being able to have a Greater Healing plus 1, maybe even a second Invuln here now. He has 2 Invulns and a Greater Heal. That's pretty scary. But usually with Ghouls, I think you actually want to take out the units real quick when you can and just get some surrounds. These Kodos are actually quite interesting too. Ghouls are not particularly good against Kodos because being unarmored, they don't take extra damage from normal damage, and they just have a high health pool. It takes so long, and then Orc heroes find plenty of time to just put in return damage.
Gene's having a little bit of trouble creeping this golem out.
Yeah, this is definitely not the easiest camp when your bulk of your force is ghouls, because that thunderclap coming out, oof, that's scary. He does manage to get it though. And we see a Claws plus 12. On the other side we have a Helm of Valor. I'd really like to see that passed over to the Blade. I think it's an insane item on Blade and Demon Hunter just for tankiness and damage. Obviously you generally prefer auras still, but being one of the races that has an anti-hero can be extremely strong. You see an engagement here, the statue getting caught out in front, gets morphed, Coil has to come out. It does not, however, and his destroyer falls. He does have 2 more statues still, but his ghoul army is dropping quick in the front. Stomp coming out on the back line, and although Eugene still has quite a bit of mana on his DK and Lich, he just does not have much army anymore. So eventually these Orc heroes are just going to take over alongside what Lucker has left of his army. We do see some focus on the Lich. Still coils available, however. Should be able to get one on this destroyer. Ooh, dies just as it goes off. Impale coming out, but the Crypt Lord is the next target now and will also likely does fall. Lich now being focused. Death Knight needs to pop his mana potion soon if he wants to heal anything. These statues are also getting the wrath of the Orb of Lightning on them. It is extremely hard to run from that. And we see our undead army decimated there. Look at all these corpses. Oh my god. I think Eugene just waited a little too long. I do believe ghouls can still be decent against Orc, but the longer the game goes and the higher these Orc heroes get, man, it becomes scary to continue using them. A stomp plus a blade master just chewing up.
Definitely. This ghoul style is viable for sure. It is a good strategy. I think Gene just, like you said, he kind of missed his timing. I think if he were able to kind of engage Lucker a little bit earlier, maybe right as Frenzy and Destroyer form finished, could have had a better outcome. But he did kind of leave Lucker a little bit more time to get a little bit more experience, get a little bit more army size, and ultimately these orc heroes just got too strong, especially against that ghoul style.
Yeah, and it might have actually been when we saw them earlier, we were wondering why Eugene took quite a while to tech to tier 3, and that might have been why his timing felt so delayed. You know, he made the slaughterhouse and Lich first. Do see another engagement here, but the Crypt Lord does not have mana. He purchased it from the tavern. He does have a mana potion still, but DK dropping low, and he might just have to TP right away, because there is still Stomp and Hex available here. Stomp coming out. We do see the Lich quite weak, and Eugene decides to call it.
Oh man, during that whole last fight there, he had 2 statues just chilling by the tavern.
Oh yeah,
but I don't know how much of a difference it would have made, honestly. I think the damage had already been done.
Yeah. Yes, Eugene versus Lucker. It's actually game 3 now, and it's going to be what was it, Last Refuge? I think. Yeah, Last Refuge.
Yeah, it looks like. Hey, yeah. Saron, what's up, man?
Yeah, let me know if there's anything I need to fix with Booster. I haven't really tried it before, but I figured, you know, if I'm going to be casting these games, I guess I should have it active. It looks like it's sometimes...
Yeah, you definitely should.
Sometimes it's a bit slow to load at the start of the game, though. I don't know why particularly. Or maybe it's already all loaded now.
Saron was asking you if you won your match. Did you win 2-1?
Oh, yeah, I won 2-1. I won on Amazonia game 3 and Last Refuge game 1, and I lost on Tidehunter game 2.
Yeah, he did the hokey pokey. Got the job done.
Yeah, game 2 and 3 were pretty close-ish overall. Game 2 was kind of rough for me. I thought it was going to go better, but I just could not get enough economy fast enough. And then eventually he reached level 6. Game 3 was... I feel like I made some wrong calls with what I was doing, but it ended up working out, and... yeah. Game 3 might be interesting to check out if you just want to like laugh at what's going on. But game 2 is also pretty interesting, even though I lost. I probably won't check it out myself because I lost, but you know, some people like seeing stuff, I guess. Yeah, back to this game. We do see Eugene switching back to the Fiends, and he actually has a pretty nice wall off on his base already. Lucker, on the other hand, sticking with his Blade Master. And I think this time he'll just go for the item, or will he continue to just creep the whole camp again?
I believe he's gonna creep it out.
He does actually go. I told you. I told you this peon was disrespectful.
They're taking just took a whack at that fiend, man.
Eugene's even commenting on it now. The disrespect, man.
He's most likely gonna die, so he's got to take a few whacks at something, you know.
Oh, we actually see Ensnare coming on the Fiend. 3 damage on that Fiend. Quite nice. I mean, it won't matter too much in the long run usually, but...
Oh, and Lucker gets the +5 claws. Doesn't get any better than that.
We do see Eugene taking out this peon. I don't believe the Blade Master will be able to arrive for the last troll, but it's actually somewhat close. I think he's just gonna creep instead. And he should actually be able to finish that before the Undead arrives. Did he do the... Okay, he also did it properly, so there was no...
no heal, right?
Yeah, no heal or inner fire, which definitely helps a lot. He's actually just going to finish the camp off.
Bro Rush said Hitman hacks engaged. True.
Yeah. Sentry wards also can be pretty powerful, both to potentially spot burrowed fiends later even without needing dust, or just of course to provide vision so that you can get good creep jacks in the mid game. And he's doing a very nice creep steal here, taking the ogre and getting another claw. He does need to find an item to use though, and he needs to be extremely careful. There is no dust however, so we should be able to windwalk out.
Man. Close.
If there was dust, that actually would have been a dead Blade Master. Like,
I mean, the opening of this game is very favorable for Lucker, managing to take out 2 critical camps, so Gene's going to have to venture far out from his base to try and level up his other heroes.
Man, that was still such a close call though. Literally, dust would have killed that blade because the fiends would have got shots to connect. Or even a second coil if needed. Yeah, now we see Salve taking effect. Blade already above half health again. And just
what are you guys doing?
Being an annoyance. Yo, we're casting. Get out of here.
Hey, what's up, dude? What's up?
Tell me to get out of here, fucker.
A player's forces are under
Okay, I
attack.
moved channels. Not sure if this channel's even blocked off, but I moved channels. But yeah, we see Eugene doing a little bit of pull here. Has the golems coming out. Should get... Yeah, this is actually pretty nice. This golem is basically surrounded. He does not have dust. However, Lucker is nowhere nearby. He does manage to get the item, but it is bone chimes again, which is quite awkward for him. Lucker, on the other hand, getting Wand of Illusion, which can be quite useful in certain scenarios. And Lucker is going to look to spot the undead, see what he's doing. Eugene did manage to hit level 3 already though, which is quite huge. And this blade will not really be getting much done here. Eugene realizing it is an illusion. There is actually an opening now to the acolytes, and with the tech started, I don't know if Lucker realizes that with the illusion, but tech started, no Nerubian, and there's an opening to the acolytes. He could actually... Oh, ooh, this ensnare though. Oh no, the fiend. I would actually like to see Lucker purchase a Staff of Telly and then head in to kill acolytes. He saw that there's an opening now, and there's no Nerubian. Tech to tier 3 just started. It'd be so good. But so far, just kind of backing off here.
Player's forces are under attack.
Looking to do a nice pull here. Going for the High Priest.
So I imagine the blade's gonna run off here. No, I guess he's gonna stick around and help creep this out. Although I would like to see the Shadowhunter get a little closer to level 3 here.
Ooh, Quel'Tha Lost picked up though. That
is huge.
That is a lot of damage. Double claws, Quel'Tha Lost, circlet.
Plus 18, and then he's gonna get the orb.
Yeah.
It's gonna be that's a scary Blade Master.
Later he'll be able to pass that ring over to the TC, switch in the orb, and yeah. Ooh, could see a nice creep check here. He does have one of his grunts quite low though. Yeah, Frost Armor coming out. He did skill Frost Armor first. And he is also out of mana, so he definitely needs to be a bit careful because he does not have an invuln or any, safety. He does actually sell the Sentry Ward, I believe, and pick up the invuln. Very, very nice there, right before Eugene could purchase it. Windwalk is starting to dwindle down now. And Eugene's not going to really see any camps here. I mean, there's this one small green, I
Players'
guess.
forces are under attack.
Lucker looking to do the lab, I guess. Does have the orb now as well. So far, yeah, swapping over.
Oh, there's a
protection.
swap. I was like, it's on the Shadow Hunter.
Oh, he actually picked the wrong orb. Yeah. Yeah, TC now with the ring. Orb on the blade. That blade is definitely scary. And this could also be a huge item. It's heal wards. Definitely
Healing ward.
good. Can sometimes find effectiveness mid-fight, but oftentimes even just after the fight can be quite huge, or when creeping huge camps. Yeah, we do see the Fiend getting a little mispositioned out of the rally. Heal wave coming out. TC does not have his stomp active yet, but should in a second. However, he's getting kind of pathing blocked to these Fiends. Now finally getting a stomp, hits most of the army. Fiends starting to drop down. That's, I believe, 2 Fiends down. A third one also about to drop. He gets a nice coil though, burrows all of them. But now he has to worry about his Lich. And he does not have a coil.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
I think he tried to
Down
pass the
with
greater
Lich.
heal, but yeah, he was 10 mana short of the coil still. Actually quite nice from Lucker there, especially because even after that fight, he's down in supply.
Wow.
Kind of crazy.
I honestly thought that was gonna turn out differently. I thought
Players'
Gene
forces are under attack.
was gonna come out in a little better standing there, but those stomps were devastating. I don't think there was enough spread on the Fiends to really mitigate all that stun.
Yeah, there's definitely I definitely think it could have gone either way there, and just Lucker getting done what he needed to do, getting some nice stomps and just focusing the Fiends down.
A player's forces are under attack.
Do see level 4 and 3 reach for our Orc. TC is also level 2 with another Agi item. This one I prefer more so on the Shadow Hunter, I guess, because you also get intelligence. But we'll see what he decides for it. Maybe he just
Yeah,
wants
I
the
would
extra
agree.
mana on the TC. I'm not sure. See, Eugene also going for the Ogre now. Lucker does not have much mana, but he might try to... Okay, his blade actually just gets pulled back instead. And we see Doomhorn, a classic item for Undead players. You definitely see that quite
I love
often.
that. Double unholy.
Yeah. If only they stacked right.
Right.
Yeah, we do have one destroyer out already.
Check out this Blade Master. With the aura, he's plus 35.
Oh,
26 right now.
triple claws, quell the loss, orb
Players'
of lightning,
forces are under
invuln. He is a bit low on mana though, and the Shadow Hunter as well is half mana, so not ideal for our Orc player. He also has not broke yet, so if Eugene finds a proper timing here, it could be a bit scary for the Orc. But Eugene also does not have a 70 food Zig. It looks like he's just going to purchase items, gets a rod, and maybe he'll purchase like an invuln along the way, sell the Doomhorn and get like a heal scroll as well maybe. Okay, yeah, we see the Doomhorn getting
Players'
sold.
forces are under attack.
Goes for nothing yet actually. I think he wants the invuln from the other shop. Maybe that one was sold out. Yeah, gets an invuln. No heal scroll though. And he does still have 300 gold and no Ziggs pumping. Lucker?
And look, we got 1,400 gold.
He's still
I
just
know.
banking.
He's got to be saving up for the tiny. And
Yeah.
I don't.
I think if you save this much gold, you really
it's a
need
little too
another
much.
burrow so that you can jump to 70 as well. That's a little too much. It's definitely not ideal. I mean, he could also just purchase double heal scrolls or something, but most of the time Undead's going to be focusing rather than spreading damage. So yeah. We do see him jumping to 56 now. Actually mixing in a bat as well. to get some
Yeah,
extra
I see
damage.
that bat as well as a coin. Looks like Lucker needs to buy himself some time here, but
Yeah, I don't particularly like taking this fight as Lucker because of how much gold he has, but he is quite strong. He has a level 3 TC who gets a massive stomp in the center of everything, and he has a level 3 Shadow Hunter as well to just give a lot of support healing. And the Dark Ranger
goes down,
just
melted.
Yeah. These undead heroes just did not get high enough level. His Lich is not even 3 yet either. And the Orc heroes are just too advantageous in this fight. We see another stomp coming out, hitting all of the back line. Potion used on the DK to heal him up, coil coming out, but now there's nothing for these fiends, and they do end up dropping. There's only like one fiend left and a weak destroyer. He has to TP out, but I don't think he can rebuild at this point. And he does call it. Lucker takes the win, 2-1.
All right, those are some good matches. Good job by Lucker.
Yeah, it's a close series. There were timings where I felt it could have gone either way, but yeah, Lucker getting some good hero levels in that last game, helping a lot. He had 4-3-3 at the end. He had pretty good items all around. And
Blade prevails.
yeah, Blade prevails indeed.
That PM though, that's right, Slade.
I guess, does Lucker do winner interviews? We could try.
I think he has in the past.
Okay. Yo, Lucker, good games out there.
Hey, what's up, Lucker?
Hey guys, what's up? Thank you. It was fun. Eugene played very well, I think.
Yeah. So the first game was Concealed Hill, right? The one where you lost, I believe.
Yeah, Concealed Hill.
What do you think was your big mistake? From our view, it looked like maybe you just didn't have another burrow to pass 60 food at Eugene's timing. But were there other things you think also could have been done differently?
Yeah, the first fight near my base, he was definitely 60 foot, and I didn't break foot quickly enough. I have been thinking about adding walkers before 50 supply, but I don't know. I guess I have to check more replays on how to do it correctly and when to do it, because versus fast things, which is what Eugene was playing, it doesn't seem very good, or at least maybe I'm not playing well. But yeah, he definitely broke foot much earlier than me, and it paid off. And also, I think I was on level 3 Shadow Hunter for the first fight. No, wait, yeah, I was. Yeah.
I think you might have been level 3, but yeah, I think you had like 800 gold, but you were 49 out of 51 food, and you didn't have like a burrow built. So it just became awkward to, have units already starting to produce when the fight started. But
yeah, for sure.
And then yeah, he was close to 60, I believe, like maybe 58 or something. And I think even though you had a walker, it was low mana pretty early, and it just couldn't do enough at that moment because he had a rod producing a lot. But yeah, what about the next games though? Game 2, we saw a different play from Eugene. He decided to go for a ghoul build, ghouls into fiends. And how confident were you there? Did you feel you played it well, or was there anything you would have done differently? I mean, obviously you did win, so.
Well, I was very surprised to see a ghoul build. It's kind of common in Amazonia, but I have never seen Eugene play ghouls versus orc, at least. But I kind of fucked up the lightning shield at the beginning of the game, which was not ideal. Yeah. But I was very lucky actually with the first. He tried to surround my first grunt, but part of the surround was with a very weak skeleton,
Yeah.
so I could just get out. That was very lucky.
That definitely would have gave him a little bit more advantage in the early game. Instead, you ended up being able to just salve up your blade, and
Also, I think he committed very hard to for my blade master, despite me being in my base with 3 grunts, with burrows, because he went inside of my base, and my shop was still up, and my shadow hunter was coming up. So, despite not killing and losing anything, I think it was, just not a very good use of his time, because if he stays level 2, like if we both stay lower level, that is better for the orc than it is for the...
Yeah, I think with ghouls you definitely want to get that level 3 really quickly, and then ideally also get some grunt surrounds and kills. He did like you said get really close to that one, but then the grunt popped out through the skeleton. I think he had another surround later, but you managed to have your blade kind of windwalk in. The surround somewhat broke, and he escaped as well. And then I was wondering if your units that game as were also a response to what Eugene did, because I saw you played a little bit more with like a couple Kodos and things like that, rather than just simple grunt raider and maybe mixing in headhunters and so on. I was wondering if the extra Kodos was because of the ghouls, or if it was...
So basically with the ghoul build, what is more common, I guess, is just ghouls into destroyers with level 3 Death Knight and maybe level 3 Lich. And it's a very strong timing for the Undead. But the problem with that strategy, I feel, is that it is pretty hard or very awkward to move to a better army, like Things, Banshees, Statues, and so on. And so he has to endure, I guess, the Ghoul Destro build, and versus the normal orc composition is just like, it's gonna be strong at one point, but if you endure long enough, your units and your heroes will... I mean, at the end of the day, ghouls are somewhat weak versus others. So you just have to endure. And
I think by the time it ended up really into a real fight, you already had at least 3-3-2, maybe even better than that. And that's definitely really scary for ghouls when they're facing such high-level heroes.
Yeah, definitely. And in game 3, I mean, I had so many claws. That was very lucky.
Yeah, your blade had like triple claw, boots of Quel'Thalas. You got the orb out. That's definitely a very damaging blade out there. That game actually looked very close at points, though. Was there moments where you were maybe a little scared he might hit a timing against you, or did you feel pretty comfortable in that match?
So I think the early game was pretty good for me. I got sentry wards, and in that map, I think they're so broken, man. I mean, I got away with the gold mine just because I got that item, because I knew that he wasn't going to creep jack me, and I was going to lose my blade or my grunt or the experience or something like that. So I think the early game went well for me. And he took his mercenary camp, which I think for me it's a win, because it's a camp that is being denied to his second and third hero. So I think that's good for me. And in the mid game, I think I didn't creep my Shadow Hunter very well. I think it was slow, and I was kind of AFK with it after creeping my mercenary camp of my own. So I could have got level 3 Shadow Hunter much quicker, and that way I would have been more confident instead of running around from his army. And yeah. And in the late game, it was just after after the first fight near the tavern, I just got the necessary levels, and I think he burrowed all of his things, which he was not very good because he had no damage.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He was definitely starting to get in a rough position there in the center. I think that fight looked like it could have been close, but just I felt like he took the advantage in the fight right away, and then he just got overwhelmed, burrowed all his fiends, and you ended up picking off like the Lich as well right before the TP finished, I believe. So that definitely went well for you.
And also, I forgot DOS for that first fight, which was pretty bad. I was thinking, fuck, I'm not gonna kill anything because not DOS.
I think you actually had a Sentry Ward, but you had to sell it to pick up the Invuln, and then you just never got Dust either to replace that Sentry Ward.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
Jedi, do you have any questions or?
Sure. Let's see here. Well, first of all, Lucker, congratulations on the win. We really enjoyed you showing us the power of the blade in that in that series. I just wanted to get thoughts on your current shape. How are you feeling about your performance today? And do you think you've gotten in enough practice lately, or have you ingested enough Warcraft to kind of stay on top of your game at the moment?
So I haven't played since my last Watchtop League. So it's been like 7 or 8 days since I played Warcraft 3. I think my shape is not very good at the moment. I have been experiencing spikes pretty much every game, and crashes and so on. So, I was very frustrated with the game because it just wasn't working. So I just didn't practice at all. And I mean, I have a 2-week vacation starting today. So if I don't get fucking spikes every single day, I would like to start practicing because the rest of the group is very hard. A lot of night elves, undeads. Hopefully, the only human is AKM, so that's good, I think. And yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's unfortunate that you're having a lot of issues there with the connection. So I'm hoping that you're able to get those games in, get some practice, because I think you could definitely finish pretty high in this group we have here. I think you're one of the stronger players here. So again, congratulations. I don't have anything else. Pokey?
Yeah, I did notice when you guys were choosing servers, it looked like your ping was a bit higher than when we had been playing practice games too. I saw it had like 150 ping, even though I think we were getting you down to like 80, 90 at least, but I don't know. It seemed like there's just no servers that were good enough at the moment, so maybe you're still experiencing some of the lag and spikes. Yeah,
I think it's a combination of, the Reforge architecture. I don't think it's really the flow servers. I mean, they do occasionally present problems, but I wouldn't, in my particular situation anyway, I wouldn't blame it on it. And also, I live in Mexico and the internet is just shit here, so, it is what it is.
Yeah, what do you think your prospects are in your group? As Jedi said, I think you're definitely one of the stronger players. You are, however, 1-1 so far, losing the first week to Etaf Raven, I believe. But yeah, who are you worried about in your group in the upcoming weeks, and where do you see yourself sort of finishing?
I would like to finish first, and I think so. In my group is Frozen Yeti, Mungandino, Ember, and who else? AKM. Yeah, AKM.
And Sora.
I think the players that worry me the most are Ember and Frozen Yeti. Frozen Yeti practice a lot, and he's a grinder, so he's always going to be very hard to beat. And same for Ember. So I think Undead matchup and the Night of matchup are the ones I'm gonna try to focus. And yeah, I would like to finish first in my group, ideally, or at least top 4 to try to advance to the next group next season.
All right. Well, I think that's it for me. Good luck on that. And also, do you have any shout outs or any social media stuff that you want to have people follow you on potentially? Or
I don't think so. I mean, shout out to Share, I guess, for putting all of this together. It's a really cool dude. And also good luck to you and your group.
Thanks.
And yeah, that's it.
All right.
All right, take care, Lucker. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to you guys. I'll see you later.
See ya.
All right, you're on.
And there you have it. Lucker with the 2-1 over Eugene. Quite a close series overall.